power of sin, and for raising them up to a new life through this holy sacrament. Continue to pour your Holy Spirit upon Jade and Ilya. That spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord, and the spirit of joy in your presence. Amen. A lot of spirit coming down, right? Good, isn't it? With that, in terms of our tradition, the sign of oil. Oil is a sign of a royalty. Grandpa Isaac, you know as well. Grandma, you know that's a royal child. Yeah, it's true. And I know a part of your weddings in the Ukrainian Orthodox tradition, the royalty that was placed on your son-in-law and your daughter receiving the crowns. I know that service. It's beautiful marching around the altar 3 times, woven and being bound together. It's a beautiful ritual. But in the ritual, not only the symbol, but the reality that you're king and queen, and this now is a princess of the kingdom. And you are to treat each other and your family, treating your guests as family and your family as guests, and knowing that there'll be royalty all of them. I place that sign on her forehead so she may learn to think of God. Now, Dad, if you'll place that on her hands so that she serves God. Thank you. All right. In the Orthodox tradition, we wrap, you see? And Auntie has, you can also place not on her hands so she serves God, but on her heart. Place the sign of the cross as well, so that she learns to love God. Jane and Ilya, child of God, you've now been sealed by the Holy Spirit, marked with the cross of Christ to live with Him forever. Amen. And Uncle, if you'll get the light. There you go, sir. Thank you. And what a privileged season during Christmas. And I'll pass these out to the sponsors. Thank you. As well. Okay. A little tight. Hold that one light. Let the sponsors, you can light yours as we continue to go ahead. A little tight there. Let me hold that for you.
Let your light so shine before others that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven.
So that's the declaration that Jesus would make for all of us. That we don't give use of our gifts so that we get glorified. That's not the point. The Heavenly Father is glorified. And I see you agree with that. Yeah, with that little look, who wouldn't agree? Beautiful. Let us pray. O God, the giver of all life, continue to look with kindness upon Tyson and Juliana. Let them ever rejoice in the gifts you've given them and make them to be teachers and examples of right living for their children, strengthening them in their own baptism, so that they may share eternally with their children the salvation you have given them through Jesus Christ our Lord. And the declaration, through baptism God has made Jade and each of us to be members of the priesthood, of which we carry and share the love of Jesus Christ, that we may proclaim the praise of God and carry His creative and redeeming word to all the world. We welcome you into the Lord's family. We receive you as a fellow member of the body of Christ, a child of the same Heavenly Father, and a worker with us in the kingdom of God. And again, our tradition is to lift up that beautiful bundle and to give thanks to God for the wonder of creation. That's a good look. Yeah, there's a smile. Response is also with you. The Lord be with you.
Also with you.
And share that with 27 others. Thank you.
Virtual handshake.
So again, it's a privilege to welcome families home for Christmas and the celebration of all the gifts of creation. Again, I've asked Julie. Julie would be a charter member here. Went back to the school, you actually remember that. You actually confirmed you were baptized, not here. You weren't. But we bless you for all of your travels, Vienna, New York. I can't begin. But if you'd introduce this song and maybe what we can listen to, okay? And maybe introduce that instrument too. Thank you, Julie.
So in 1717, Johann Sebastian Bach got his dream job. And it was the first time that he was invited to be the principal composer. And he was working for Prince in a small town called Köthen, which I went to visit a couple years ago. And it's this incredibly idyllic, beautiful little town with a little, it's not a huge palace, but more like a hunting palace or something like that. But in the woods and with a stream nearby, and he was there with his wife and his young children. And he had all these wonderful musicians surrounding him that he basically was able to compose and play music all the time. This beautiful time in his life. And while he was there, he wrote some very famous pieces that you may know, the Brandenburg Concertos. And he wrote a set of 6 sonatas and partitas, which are just suites of dances for the violin. So I'm going to play today a couple of movements from the C major violin sonata. And I'll start with the Allegro, which is a kind of joyful, quick, virtuosic movement from the C major. And just a little note about my instrument. It's a violin, but it's a little bit different maybe than the ones you might be familiar with. It's in the last, I guess, 10 or 15 years, I've started specializing in period instruments, which means I specialize in the instruments that the composers would have known in the Baroque era. So this is an instrument that Bach himself would have been familiar with. And maybe the big obvious difference is that the bow is shaped differently. It's shorter and it's kind of pointy and a different shape, kind of like a bow and arrow bow. And then the violin is quite similar, but you'll notice I don't have a chin rest. There's no place to put my chin on it. And also the strings are made of unwound sheep gut, so the sound is a little bit different. There's also some structural changes, so it might sound a little bit different.
And that's actually older than me.
This violin is from Holland. It was made in 1694.
And there's lots of black on this scripture. I want to see what happens. Bless you as you
Thank you.